Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this contest between the Lions and the Owls. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're rejoining us, thank you so much for bearing with us. The Lions are hot on the pitch, but as we've stated multiple times during this broadcast, it is a blazer out today, and our equipment, unfortunately, overheated. But we've taken steps to make sure that doesn't happen again, so you can watch this entire half of hopefully dominant Lions soccer all uninterrupted. So we get it started here. Stats at the second half. Shots by the Lions, 17 to the 6 put up by the Owls. Absolutely dominant. 5 goals and 4 assists, 2 of them by Mr. Davis Knight, who's having himself an opening weekend here at Piedmont. So getting ready to kick off here. Seen within the circle, and it looks like joining him is Brady Puckett, the senior out of Thomaston, Georgia. Hey, that's my stomping grounds. Seen over to Castro, but he gets blocked, and back to the backfield. In now is Anthony Bonilla. Looks like the same run out for the Owls. Obviously, a little bit of a shakeup for the Lions. Shirley still in the game, and there's a whistle blow there. Shirley, Cook, and Bonilla on the defensive side, along with Mattis. And it looks like, Seen also back there. That was the number I couldn't decipher. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Lions early on. Castro setting up to do it here. It's a short one. Castro inside and caught by McCutcheon. McCutcheon had a couple of nice saves in the first half, but unfortunately, unfortunately for the Owls, just right past his mitt. This potent Lions offense going to work, showing the Piedmont faithful that this is not last year. This is now. And now we're aggressive. We are strong defensively. And we are a monster offensively. Mattis, as that one's out. Throw in by Billy Houghton for the Owls. Header by Shirley. Castro trying to gain control of it. Traps it and gets it over to Asin. Asin now down the right side. He's open. Brady Puckett also following. Puckett in the box, and it's cleared out by number 22, Kai Van Court. Blocked by McCutcheon, and it'll roll out. So Owls set up once again, and foul there. Castro. Bonilla. Mattis in a tangle. Mattis goes to the ground. Now the Owls on a breakaway. Lions defense swarming him, though. It's on the outside of the box. Shot on goal, and it gets past Bobby Wood. Or did he block that? What's the call there? Odd. It appears as though the official didn't blow a whistle, or perhaps as the Owls were converging on that ball. It is a point and a score for the Owls, making it a 5-1 game, so there will be no shutout, unfortunately. But just a reminder for the Lions, got to tighten up that defense. Even with a lead as big as this, got to make sure that that is tip-top. Mattis to Shirley. Trying to get it inside. Castro on that ball. And, oh, harsh tackle. Ricardo Ruiz puts up a wall, as down on that play was Nico Eberhardt. Woods racing out of the net, and he's able to collect it. Throws it over to Parker. That ball past Brady Puckett. I believe it will be a throw-in for the Lions. Ricardo Ruiz is going to watch Adam Cook throw it in. Parker wrestling for it on the right side. And it's cleared by the Owls. Mattis. And that'll be offsides, I believe the call is. The Owls kind of throwing up their hands saying, hey, what was that? Yeah. Offside call, nonetheless. And Mattis carrying the ball to midfield. Cook, back to Mattis. Back to Cook. Cook over to Parker towards the line. Now Parker back to Cook. Chip over the head. Puckett finding his way. And an offsides call once again. McCutcheon's going to take that one himself. Nolan Owens for the Owls. And a good, strong tackle there. But it looks like Asin. So, as we've been reading off the names, you notice a lot of your regular starters not getting the start here in the second half. Just continually giving them some rest. No need to wear them out here in the first weekend. They'll maybe see them later in the game just to make sure they still got their legs used for today. And not sure if it's going to be a player condition or whatnot, but Mattis has not come out a single time today. Neither is Bobby Wood, but obviously you look at the workload differently for the goalkeeper and the the defender. Excuse me, I don't think that is Bobby Wood, as it's crossed into the box. No, it's not. They don't give us a lineup for the second half. Sorry about that, folks. So it isn't Bobby Wood, it's Colin Sheeler. I've been here for 3 weeks. This is my second soccer game at Piedmont. Please, just be understanding with me. Trying here. But it's on the left side of the pitch. The Owls have had a lot of possession here in the second half. Big clear by Ricardo Ruiz, trying to get it to Puckett. Puckett unable to trap it. Now Parker having to cover that ball. Mattis watches that one, still alive. Wrestling for it is Cook. And the whistle blown there is Cook and Hernandez. Squared off for that ball. But it's going to be Sheeler who takes it and hands it off to Bonilla on the left side. Bonilla trying to get it crossed over. And fighting for it down the left line, it looks like Nico Ebert. It was a long conversation for the Owls in the halftime minutes. And obviously, noticing something different, they've been a little more aggressive, and they have talked a lot more chatter coming from the men in the white kits on the pitch. Big header there, keeping it from getting past him and into possibly possession of Castro. Whistle blown there is taking a tumble is Eberhardt. Big boot towards the middle half. In the box, and a header by Puckett, and what a save by McCutcheon. Hats off to him for that one. He leaped in the air and was able to put mid on it, and essentially just swat it right back to that big hill that sits behind the net. Didn't see who put foot on that one, but Puckett, a low header, tried to get it in there. So Lions with an opportunity with a corner. Cross inside. And it's out. Cleared by the Owls. Racing on it is Shirley. Shirley watches it past him. Sheeler having to play on his heels a little bit here. Will take it himself. Trying to lure in Miguel Hernandez there. He does. Gets him off one of his defenders, Cook. Good tackle there by Shirley, and down on the play is an Owl. That's Joseph Cumberland in the center of the pitch, clutching that back right leg. It's a foul on Piedmont. The Owls will have a kick here. 34 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Puckett covering. That one's out. Piedmont will get a throw in here. It'll be Parker taking it. Puckett tries to cover that one. It'll bounce all the way over to Cook. Miguel Hernandez also on the ball. Shirley now over. Ricardo Ruiz. Bonilla. Parker. And that's going to be a foul. Really tough tackle by Joseph Cumberland. And Parker loses a boot on that play. He'll put the cleat back on as Jason Ossine prepares for a free kick. 5-0 in the second half. Piedmont have done all their scoring in the first, trying to do more here. Owls getting us a goal in the opening minutes of half number 2. McCutcheon grabs that one off the heads of a couple Lions and rolls it over to his Owl defenders, and another Owl finds himself on the pitch. And the athletic trainer will have to come out and take a look at this. He's on his feet, so he looks to be okay. He might have just got the wind knocked out of him or just needs a walk it off sort of situation. It's Kai Van Court And it looks like he is going to jog off the field. Oh no, he's back in. So Van Court returns to his Owl brethren. And the official gets mixed up in that one. So, unfortunate there, but we'll have to stop play. And started right back up again. Castro got on that ball quickly, but it was quickly cleared by the Owls. Now moving to the Lions part of the field, and down on that play, another out. You know, they usually say they're dropping like flies, but maybe they're dropping like owls in this situation. Lions just an unrelenting force in this one. One goal has come across, but you have to just remember only 2 starters from the Lions' original lineup remain on the pitch. That'd be Madison and Asin. Asin just had a play there, blocked it up very nicely. Van Court gets it to the right side and it'll roll out. And we'll see if that's a goalie kick or if it's a throw-in. Was really splitting the hairs over there in the corner. It is going to be a goal kick. Bonilla, Madison, Cook line up. Shirley comes out of the game. Looks like Christy Pascaru is in. Pascaru, a goal for himself today off a free kick. Found its way right under the bar. Beautiful piece of work there by him. Scored the 5th goal for the Lions. And now a possible breakaway. Puckett inside, has it open, and it rolls in. Brady Puckett finds a goal, and it's 6-1. Puckett, the senior from Thomaston, Georgia. Getting some playing time here in the second half and makes the most of it. Excuse me, 6-1 Lions. Get a little ahead of myself there. Danny Castro was the one who initially made that breakaway, stole the ball away from the Lions, and it was just a one-man coverage as they made their way into the box. McCutcheon, a valiant effort, but no match for Puckett as he found the back of the net. Christian Cognas on the kickoff for the Owls. A big boot. Bonilla's going to find this one and give away to Sheeler, who collects it and quickly rolls it over to Ruiz. Bonilla back to Sheeler. Sheeler is going to find Cook. Trying to shoot ahead of him a little bit there. Here's Pascaru. Pascaru measuring, seeing if he can find anybody open, but they're going to take their time. Pass it all the way back to Anthony Bonilla. Now to Mattis. Cook throwing up the hands. He's wide open over there. Mattis sees it. Finds him. Cook had to wait a little bit for that ball to get to him. Parker to Asin. And flag there. Nolan Owens for the Owls is going to take the kick. Large shot off of the chest of Mattis. That was intended for Miguel Hernandez. Hernandez trying to push his way in, but can't get past the tough brick wall defense of the Lions. Asin wrestling with Joseph Cumberland for that ball. The whistle finally blown. Really tough coverage by Asin. Cumberland was knocking on the door the entire time, but Jason just did not want to move there. And right on him. was able to get the foul called on him. And Sheeler's going to take the kick. It's a short one. Short pass over to Adam Cook. Cook near the line, trying to find a breakaway. Puckett was going to be able to get that one if it was going to stay straight. But unfortunately, a really weird spin off the boot of Cook. And the ball has found its way back into Adam Cook's territory. Mattis is going to be on this one. He takes it, pushing his way through, and a tackle there. Mattis finds himself on the ground. He and Trace Ray tangled up in that play. Good sportsmanship shown by Miguel Hernandez, helping Mattis to his feet. Adam Cook taking it here. Or excuse me, Pescaru. Pescaru from Dacula, Georgia. Puckett. Huge kick there from Bonilla. Finds Parker on the other side of the field. Parker slips momentarily, finds his feet once more, and gets it back to Cook. Castro knocked down at the legs of Hernandez, and he throws up his hands, or excuse me, Trace Ray, and says, hey, what was that? So a foul called on Trace Ray and the Owls. And it'll be Pescaru taking the kick once more. Christy Pescaru, a good cross inside the box. Puckett racing on it. He's near the line, and it looks like it's out. Appears it'll be a throw-in for the Owls. Yes, it will be. Have some substitutions to tell you about them in a moment, though. Pescaru near the line, trying to keep it in. He does. Adam Cook tries to cross it inside, can't find anybody. In the game, Josiah Tillett. Bonilla. Also on that one is Nico Eberhardt. So just told you about one of the new entrants, Josiah Tillett. The 6'4" sophomore from Chattanooga. Also in Sebastian Rojas, 5'3", out of Miami, Florida. Asin passes it back to Tillett. Josiah trying to find his way through. He's going to find on the left side waiting for him. It's Bonilla. Sun continually beating down here as we near the 6 o'clock hour. 5:47 on the clock currently. And that is just the time clock, not the minutes left. A good slide tackle attempt there by Tillett, but unfortunately it's not going to go the Lions' way. 25:46 left. A 6-1 game. And still down on the ground is the Owl. Didn't get an eye on which number it was. But obviously experiencing a lot of discomfort here as he's being surrounded by his teammates, an official, and now the athletic trainer. Tillett really laid out and just kind of made himself a log in the path of the Owls, and unfortunately completely tripped up. Player who now lies face up towards the blue sky in Demarest. Sitting up now, that's Trace Ray. Standing up by himself, walking off on his own power. Looks like he's going to come out of this game. The coach for the Owls also made his way out onto the pitch. And yes, Trace Ray will exit. So don't know if he'll come back into the game, but he's going to get some rest here. And thankfully for him, a couple minutes in the shade as he recovers from that nasty spill. Looks like Luis Morales taking this one. Sheeler awaits in the goal. Chip shot in the box. It's headed once more, and past Sheeler into the net. So now 6-2. The lead for the Piedmont Lions shortening to 4 here. Big boot towards the Owls side. McCutcheon leaps up into the air to take that ball away from Keegan Fabian. So McCutcheon will take this as a goal kick. 25 minutes left. Stolen away. Keegan Fabian on it. He's going to take a break back towards the middle of the box. Wrestling, trying to get that ball free. So Lions are going to be able to throw this one in. Pascaru. Big boot towards the middle. Off a header. Asin tried to find the net, but unfortunately unable to put it in. It'll find its way up the hill and into the clutches of McCutcheon. McCutcheon taking his time. And he's ready to go now. Big boot towards the right side. Flying in out of nowhere is Nico Eberhardt. It'll find its way out, though. Valiant effort there by Nico. In the center of the pitch, it's Pascaru. Playing back a little here. Handed off to James Cash, who comes back into the game. Now over to Anthony Bonilla. Bonilla, huge, towards Fabian. Fabian, a good trap. Now facing some opposition. Now he goes over to Rojas. Rojas facing his ones. Trying to push his way in, and a foul called inside the box. And it'll be on the Lions here. Tough break. So McCutcheon punts this one, and it goes off the head of Mo Diallo, who's back into the game after suffering a little bit of an injury in the first half. Colin Sheeler over to Bonilla. And that'll roll out. Right past Nico Eberhardt. Josiah Tillett gets it over to Mattis. Or excuse me, that's Grant. So Grant back into the game as Coach Stevens looks to possibly start cycling in his starters once more. Tillett with a header as it gets back to Cash. Austin watching that one go to Keegan Fabian. Fabian unable to trap that cleanly as it'll get slided, tackled back to the Lions defenders. Rojas looking to trap that one, but unfortunately it'll go out. So a good attempt there. Just a really high kick there by James Cash. Towards the middle. On it is Cash. Cash faces some tough opposition, goes back towards the Owls. A very big kick attempt, or a shot attempt rather, from Mo Diallo from way outside the box. Unfortunately for him, did not find the back part of the net. Pass and out defender, cleared, and that'll roll and bounce out of play. So the Lions getting themselves possibly another scoring opportunity here, and it'll all come off a throw-in. Josiah Tillett back traps in, and it'll find its way out again. Adam Cook receives the ball from Cash. Gets it to Keegan Fabian. Fabian. And to Grant. Grant gets pushed down. Got to be a call there. No call. Oh, goodness. A very unclean play there. And the Owls come out on top of it. Luckily, Grant's back up on his feet. Just took a nasty spill there. Just thankfully he's not injured in any sort of way. Josiah Tillett. Back to Cash. Cash waiting momentarily before handing it off to Pascaru. Now Bonilla. Bonilla with Mo Diallo on the left side, taking a little bit of time here. Be a throw in. Looks like for the Owls. So Billy Houghton take it out. And we'll roll towards Bonilla, and he'll just kick it towards Sheeler. Pascaru trying to get it to midfield. Christie's going to have to go back in there. Now the Owls on a little bit of a breakaway. And, wow, just how swift that Lion defense is. Wasn't long before Christy Pascaru was able to get in there and just feed that ball directly to Sheeler so that he can execute a good clear. Asin on it now. Asin trying to pass it inside to Fabian. He's going to have to recover here after it was blocked by the Owl defender. Trying to chip it once more. It finds another Owl defender. Josiah Tillett. Bonilla. all the way back to James Cash, who awaits in the backfield. And Cash will kick it further back, and Sheeler's going to get this one. Bonilla. And that'll roll out. It'll be a throw in for the Lions. Bonilla, a little ginger to get up there. There's going to be a free kick, just right near the line. That part engulfed in shadows. Can't see it the best from over here. Pescaru. Big boot in. Greg going to have to use the wheels here in a call. And it'll become an Owl ball. Fabian's still in the game. "16 minutes and 45 seconds left. James Cash. Taylor was jockeying for that one. Now Hagan Roberts gets it over to Mo Diallo. Cook all over him on the coverage. Still pressing his way on him. Cook. That's inside and over the net. Laying it all out there was Miguel Hernandez, but doesn't get a goal on that one. So we'll have a timeout here, and we'll have a timeout in the booth. Give you more action here soon. 6-2, Piedmont on top. Let's get back to it. Good break there. If I needed that, I know the players definitely needed that. Bonilla takes this one and gets it over to Pescaru in midfield, who will give it back to, it looks like James Cash. Yeah, he's still in the game. Colin Sheeler now has it. And a big high kick off the boot of Trace Ray. Mo Diallo near the line is going to face off with Keegan Fabian. Fabian trying to tackle away. Rojas also in the mix. It's going to be Castro who steals it away. Now Fabian near the line. Try to overcome a lie here. Keegan Fabian possibly on a breakaway, but a good clear by the Owls. On the other end of that clear is Adam Cook. He heads it over to Cash, who gives it to Bonilla. Eberhardt down near the left side, waiting for an opportunity. Castro traps it well. Racing down the line is Grant. Grant boots it in, but a really good block by the Owls. Could not have felt good, though. Big header. Another one attempted there. Adjusting Gersvertulo. That one tries to sneak through, but Bonilla slides it out of the way. Pescaru in the mix with that one, as well as Tillett. Grant. Still racing for this one. Grant, something fell off his body back there, so he'll have to recover that one after play stops. That object still laying in the field. Oh, big collision between Cash and it looks like Diallo. Both men leapt up into the air trying to head that ball. Cash came up standing. Diallo took a few moments on the ground to recover himself. Man, what a collision. Seems to be okay there, but definitely got his bell rung for a few seconds. Official making sure he's okay before we continue. Good block there by Bosick, who's in the game. Castro eyeing that one very closely. Now Bosick, another opportunity with Diallo. He'll back off. Inside to Trace Ray. Tackle won by the Lions momentarily. Gets back towards Diallo. Diallo pushing his way in. Cluster of Lion defenders deep into the box, and it will roll past the goal. Really good job by the Lions defense. Didn't necessarily make the play to stop the ball or steal the ball away, and Sheeler didn't come in and break it up, but a really good job to just cluster and just stop any sort of momentum the Owls might have had going on that play. All of them swarmed on it. Big cross here. Grant and Fabian wrestling for that ball. Here's Josiah Tillett. Gets it off to Gersvertulo. He crosses it in. Fabian's on the other end of it. Header straight up, and McCutcheon recovers it near the line. Right off the head of Keegan. He appears to be okay, though. McCutcheon's kick was not intended for that destination. And now Rojas racing towards it, but that'll roll out. McCutcheon was gearing up for a kick towards Christian Cañas, but unfortunately just went right in the path of Fabian, and an unintentional header on him. But hey, it blocked it, so all's well that ends well. McCutcheon lining up for a goal kick here. Fabian inching closer to the box. So is Grant. Now the ball's live, and Castro approaching on it. That gets passed, and Sheeler is going to call for it. No grab here, as he'll just opt to kick it. There's the grab. Cañas was crashing on it quickly, and Sheeler just said, okay, that's enough. I'll just pick it up. Keegan Fabian trying to win that battle as it's going to roll out and be a throw-in for the Lions. Rojas inside. Fabian. Ooh, good work there. Trickery pulled. Rojas near the line. Need a good cross here, but it's going to find its way. How far up the hill was that going to go? It got pretty far up there. Of course, we're not scoring that, but just interesting to see if it reaches that black fence at the top of the hill. Looks like it'll be Pescaru and Castro over there. Pescaru's going to take the corner kick. Castro takes a few steps back. Wonder if he's just going to receive this one. Pescaru goes for a cross, and it's booted out very well by the Owl defender. Cash tries to go low to head that one. Good job by Bonilla to just clear it and get it out. It'll be on the other side of the midfield. Really tall throw over the head of Tillett. Cash wrestling with it. Cross inside. Sheeler unable to grab that one. As it'll roll in. So now the lead cut in half. 6-3. Lions have only secured one goal here in the second half. That came off the back of Brady Puckett. Got 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. Good round number here in this game. Now the Lions looking to just make sure the Owls don't get any ideas of grandeur of coming back. So Fabian on the kickoff gets it back to Castro. Castro to Tillett. Tillett has to recover that one. That'll roll past. Free kick completed by the Owls. In the tussle is Pescaru and Tillett, along with Gersh Vertulo. That's going to roll all the way out. Bosick and Cash pointing to each other saying, okay, look, what do we need to do? Let's fix the problem right here. Let's tighten it up a little. Grant and Fabian wait down towards the midfield line as the Owls prepare for a corner kick. Right to the middle. Good header by Cash. Still a little bit of trouble, though. Castro comes in and out of nowhere. Trying to clear that one. Does it with a double hit. To the foot, to the head then. Now trying to win the 1v1. Off the back leg of Bonilla. Cash is going to take control here and just stop the pace. Say, okay, Tillett, clear this one. He does. And that kick's going to be to Fabian. And Fabian's going to watch McCutcheon grab that one. Right over the head of Isaiah Vargas. Now with the ball, Christian Cañas for the Owls. Sheeler being put to the test here, makes a grab and stops them where they are. See what he can do on this one. Big kick, way into the air. That'll fall in between a couple of Lions. They collide with each other momentarily. Keegan Fabian trying to gain control of it. Christian Cañas. Back to Trace Ray. Castro. Pursuing that one is Damian McElroy. Grant's on it as well. Grant pushing his way through, and he'll take a tumble onto the turf. Got a couple guys down on the sidelines, possibly getting ready to come back in. Looks like Davis Knight is maybe gearing up. He's grabbing himself some water. Colin Vogel also down there, as maybe might see a couple starters come in here and just round out the final half of the game. Does look like Knight, so he might come in here. Rojas with a header. Going for it is Pescaru, but it'll roll out. A Lion ball. Looks like Grant's out. Knight's in. And Davis Knight looking to make an immediate impact as the ball is thrown directly to him. Josiah Tillett over to Rojas, who's wide open. And everybody crashing on him. Rojas goes for it. And I don't know if McCutcheon got tips on that one. But if he did, just deflected and a wonderful save. But didn't touch it. So it's just wide. It'll be a goalie kick for McCutcheon. And they'll opt to go the short way to find Kaye Van Court. Tillett. All the way back over to Gershratuo. Castro. Pescaru pushing in on it. Steals the ball away. Slide tackle attempt. Pescaru goes down on the play. Damian McElroy tried it. It appears Pescaru's okay. Clutching that left leg as he stands back up, but he seems to be fine. This ball will get pushed towards the yellow line. Oh, nope, they're rolling it back now. Thought they were going to make it sedentary from that point. Be Boris Bosick and James Cash. Who's going to take this one? It's going to be Bosick. He's going to pass it back to Sheeler. Finds its way up. Davis Knight. Knight. Good play there. Trying to steal it away still. Couldn't get it clean. Castro. Rojas way open on the other side. See if they can get the ball to him. Pescaru. He's got that big leg on him, but he's going to hand it off to Tillett. Tillett, eyeing his options, going to find his way into the Owls, and they're going to steal it away here. Bosick. Excellent clear. It's going to be between Rojas and Boris. Rojas completes the header. Tillett really wrestling for that ball. Keegan Fabian also. Fabian. Castro, a big boot to Rojas, who's on the breakaway on the other side. He's going to have to wrestle for this one in the corner. Rojas clears it inside, and it was set up for Davis Knight, but unfortunately out of nowhere, Joseph Cumberland flies in and heads it up the hill, clearing the ball. But it will be a corner kick for the Lions. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left. And as you look back on this one, it looks like the Lions are well on their way to victory number 2. Talk to Coach Jimmy Stevens, and if you know the history with this team, took them until October to get their first win. Obviously, you get that proverbial monkey off the back in the first game of the year, which helps. First, the action, Davis Knight wrestling for it on the box after the cross. Still trying to find his way in. The Owls, though, going to take possession here, and are going to clear it. Colin Sheeler appears he's going to take this one, and he will. But as I was saying, it took until October to get this team's first win. Getting it on the first day, first game of the year, against an opponent that you drew against last year. Nonetheless, just shows that this is a different team. They blew them out. 5 goals throughout the entire game. 6 goals in today's game to this point, and that was with a lot of the starters taking the bench after the first half. 5 goals in the first half, just the one in the second, with Brady Puckett securing that one. Davis Knight with 2. He looks like he is primed to have a humongous freshman year here with the Lions. Got his first collegiate goal. That was the game winner, and he also is going to have 2 today. The Owls scurrying and trying to get something started here in the closing minutes of this one. They trail by 3. Ruiz back in. Sun getting a little harder to block as it lowers deeper into the sky. Cash on the tackle. So is Bonilla, but this one a little more unclean. It'll be an Owl ball. Sheeler's getting put to work here out of nowhere. Trying to make that one into the goal is Van Coort. Sheeler came out of the net, tried to grab it out of the air, but I think he collided a little rough with Van Coort, and it appears he's down on the ground. So he's being tended to by the athletic staff here at Piedmont University. Van Coort slowly making his way up. Get some claps here. Sheeler giving him a pat on the back. "37 seconds left in this one. And it's looking like another phenomenal win for the Lions as they're going to open up their season undefeated with a weekend of brilliance. At least 9 goals to 3 allowed by them. Davis Knight at least 3 this weekend. Colin Vogel 2. Jonathan Ferdinand 2. Beam and Pascaru collecting 1 along with Puckett. Just a fantastic start to what we hope is a change of pace here in the Lions' Den as we run out the final seconds. Davis Knight wrestling for this one. So is Ruiz. Slide tackle. Play not stopped. And Davis Knight on a breakaway. Possibly looking to put an exclamation point on it. But no dice. It'll get away from him. And a big boot by Bonilla effectively will end it. And the Lions come away with the victory. 2-0 on the year. They have beat up on any team named the Owls so far. An incredible job. Another fantastic showing by Knight. And give it to the bench. Really coming in, giving the starters a lot of rest. Colin Vogel did not play a minute in the second half. You love to have those fresh legs. Colin Sheeler coming in and doing his job in the goalkeeping position, albeit a couple did get past him, but hey, what's practice for? Bobby Wood had a couple good saves in the first half. So, once again, your final score from the Lions' Den, 6-3. Huge day on the pitch, and we'll look forward to this week upcoming. So from Demarest and for the Piedmont Athletics Department, I'm Eric Edmondson. Hope you have a wonderful Sunday evening. Missed a day there. And you come back and visit us here on the Lions Broadcast Network as the Lions go out and have themselves a clap. Give it up for the faithful who came out to see them on this scorcher of a day. They remain on a scorcher. Final score 6-3. I've been Eric Edmondson. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.